How are you, buddy?
My man! That's an exclusive right here on the Eddie Burke Show. Wayne Anthony Ross, you're my hero.
Well, I just come in from the airport, and my wife's helping me pull the arrows out of my back.
Yeah. I see them shooting at you. Yesterday we watched it intensely, War, and I'm just so proud of you, man. Alaska lost a great attorney general yesterday, and you know what? It's our loss. I don't get it. You know, the commercial fishermen and the subsistence issue, they got to you. All that other stuff was a bunch of smoke, I think, and it was the commercial fisherman deal that they're the ones that got you, I think. What do you have to say?
Well, I'm coming in from the airport, so I could meet with you next week sometime, but I will tell you a funny story.
Yeah.
I was at the airport getting ready to fly back home, and a lady comes up and she says, "I'm from the Juneau Empire, and I'm taking a survey." And I said, "Okay." And she said, "Can I ask you a couple questions?" And I said, "Sure." And she said, "Was your trip to Juneau satisfactory?" And I held up the cover of the Juneau Empire, which has the same picture as the one on the Anchorage paper this morning, and I said, "What do you think?" And she said, "Oh, is that you?" And I said, "Yeah." She says, "I'm going to put unsatisfactory." I said, "That's a good idea."
Oh, I tell you, War, it was, that's a funny story. I was so disappointed to see that go down, and I don't know. I just think Alaska, it was a big loss yesterday, and some of the comments that I heard coming off the floor, you know, I know these aren't your words, but that was just disrespectful, I thought, and at times just childish. But you know, there was a lot of people that spoke for you and spoke up for you, and unfortunately, though, there wasn't enough votes. Anything you'd like to say out there to people that might, listening?
Well, I sure appreciate the people that notified their legislators. This experience was a lot like thinking you won the lottery and then getting down to collect your prize and finding that you were 2 numbers off, Got to be Attorney General for 2.5 weeks, and I thought we could have done some good and increased the communication between all Alaskans. And instead, people were telling outright lies and sending letters that were just outrageous, and it was quite an interesting experience. I don't know why people even want to go through it.
War, the governor made a comment of politics of personal destruction. Doesn't this make it really tough for somebody that's worked all their lives and, in your position, and obviously you've taken on clients you've agreed with, clients you haven't agreed with. It really makes it tough to ever want to serve.
It makes it tough, Eddie, and I have to tell you that you can't even take a poke at them,
Yeah.
It bothers me to see representatives tell lies, and but that's politics, I guess.
It is. It is politics. Listen, there was a caller that called in earlier, and his name was Mark, and he says, well, he defended this guy down in Kenai that threw water on somebody, and I asked Mark, I said, don't you believe everybody's entitled to a defense? He said, yeah. But of course, not you. You're not. When you want to be the Attorney General, then Mark's going to hold you accountable. Isn't that it's a hypocritical statement, isn't it? If you believe everybody's entitled to a defense, but then when that attorney wants to seek higher office or an appointment, you're going to rail against them. So you really don't believe everybody is entitled to a defense, because then lawyers would have to start saying, well, you know what, I might want to be Attorney General someday, and even though I disagree with you, I feel you're entitled to a defense. I can't defend you.
The best way to get the confirmation in a situation like I found myself was if I had done nothing for 40 years.
Right.
Then they can't go after you. But I wouldn't change anything. I've had a lot of fun, and as Barbara says, my wife, she says, another chapter in our book.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It was historic. It was a historic vote, and there's never been anything like it. And only you Only you, my friend. I say that in love. That's so great. I'm so thankful that you called in today. We just really appreciate it, and Wayne, and
we'll get together next week.
Yes, best luck to you. We'll have you here in the studio. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
All right, hold on a minute. Hold on. What? No, I don't want to take any phone calls. Well, all right, let's take one phone call. And if I don't want any controversial phone calls. All right, hold on just a second, Wayne. Ron, right?
Yeah.
Ron,
yeah,
go ahead.
Bet.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, say a word or two to Wayne. I appreciate him. I know him personally from many years ago. He may not remember me, but he helped me out with a case law, and I found him to be the most stand-up guy that's straight shooting, tells it like it is, tells the truth. And I wanted to mention the fact that I was at that protest against our government, and my sign said that I want to take my country back one politician at a time. And this is the exact reason why, because they finally get somebody that would do the job, and they still do something like this and put a guy that could do the job the right way, straight and truthful. And I just can't believe that this is still going on.
Yeah, it's a politics of personal destruction. I think the governor said it best. Hey, one more phone call here for you. Wayne Anthony Ross is our exclusive guest right here on the Eddie Burke Show. Joan, you're on with Wayne. No? Did she take off? All right, cool. Hey, Wayne, thank you so much for giving us a call today. We're honored by your phone call.
It's always good to talk to you, my friend. I'll talk to you next week.
All right, sir. We'll have you here. We'll have you here in the studio for a more in-depth interview and discuss everything that went